Every once in a while you have something come your way that's just a little bit different. And I think many of us have ever had an encounter with an alligator. Well, our guest speaker today is Alligator Sallie.
College. It's survival of the fittest. And nobody knows more about surviving than alligators. And you're going to need to know how to adapt to this environment. I'm here today to help make sure you stay off the endangered species list. Today, I want to take you on a journey. And I want to take you through the swamp, and we're going to look at 3 areas that you need to be aware of as freshmen entering college. We're going to look at adaptability. We're going to look at boundaries. And we're going to look at belief. Now, before we get into the P row to head through the swamp, that's a boat for you guys that don't know. What I want you to know is that the path is not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. So I want to encourage you that when you reach an obstacle, when you have the predators after you, and trust me, there are a lot of predators on a college campus, I want you to know that you can make it out. Being on a farm with 10,000 alligators, I learned a few lessons here and there. One of the lessons I learned was keep your fingers out of the gators' mouths. If you want to keep them. We're going to look at adaptability first. You're going to need to understand how to get along with people. Alligators learn to adapt. From prehistoric times to present day, they're still here. They learned how to survive in the water, and they learned how to survive on the land. And that's what you need to do. You need to learn how to adapt to your environment and to the people around you so that you can get out of the swamp. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Who are you spending your time with? Lunchtime comes around and my grandmother puts out what I call old people food. It's like everything is a liquid. Do you know what I'm talking about? Boiled cabbage, boiled okra. Does everything have to be boiled? Seriously, I didn't see anything on the table I wanted to eat. Surely Dakota wasn't going to see anything he wanted to eat. He had never even seen that type of food before. I never cooked it. Get comfortable with who you are. Get comfortable in your own skin, okay? Because you're going to need that. You're going to need to pull from that as you go through college. One of you is not going to make it through college. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be you? Will you adapt? Will you set up your boundaries to make sure you make it through? But it is so important for you to believe in yourself. You guys may not believe that today as incoming freshmen. You may not have had a lot of opportunities to experience testing your beliefs. So what I want to do is test your beliefs right now. So if you would, everybody stand up. I've given you 3 things to look out for, 3 predators that can come up and attack you at any moment. But the thing that I think attacks us the most are the thoughts in our head. You know what it felt like? It felt like an alligator's jaws coming down on my arm. I could have easily gotten into a death roll. You know what that means? See, when an alligator attacks its prey, so depending on how you react to things, you could easily spin off into a death roll. You don't want to do that. So what's so important for you to know while you're at college is to believe in yourself. The key to surviving is adaptability. And no one knows more about surviving than an alligator. Having spent many days with 10,000 alligators, I've learned a few lessons in life. You guys are about to embark on a new journey. You're entering college, and if you're not really aware of your environment, it'll be really easy for you to get swallowed up and eaten. So I'm here today to try to keep you off the endangered species list. How many of you remember high school? Okay, a few of you. How many of you have ever seen a high school? Think we got everybody that time. Where you're trying to create your own identity. Be careful of. Your freshman year in college is the feeding frenzy. The key here is to make sure that you find that balance. Another reason that you want to get comfortable in your own skin is because in the swamp, there's a lot of predators. Until you're comfortable with who you are, comfortable in your own skin, you're easy prey. Somebody's taking a bite out of you. You lose an arm, you lose a leg, or worse, you might become a pair of shoes. And that's the beauty of college, because college celebrates your individuality. There's diversity everywhere, and we all have our own outlooks, our likes, our dislikes, our motivations, our different perceptions. And this might be your first opportunity to really get to interact with people from different, diverse groups. And think about it. As you move into leadership, you're naturally going to come into contact with more personalities. When you truly understand someone and who they are, you're able to appreciate their individual differences rather than seeing them as flaws. I'm going to show you an activity in a little while. We're going to look at diversity, and you're going to be able to start acknowledging, understanding, accepting, and valuing the differences in the people that are around you. Absolutely fabulous idea. Market opportunities unlimited. Nobody wears shoes. Who brought together a very diverse group of men to be his advisors. They created what he called a mastermind group. The group project that your professor just assigned, you're going to be more successful if you can see each person for their unique abilities. 85% of your success in life is going to be due to your people skills. What does that tell us? That tells us that your ability to communicate with people and create relationships of influence will ultimately define your success. I'm going to take you through a people puzzle, and you're going to learn how to read people. When you can identify different temperaments, then you're going to know what their motivations are, and you'll know how to interact more effectively. The goal of it will be for you to understand yourself, for you to understand others, and be able to adapt to their style. Basically, it's like giving you the answer key to life.